just turning this on and you're thinking that you should be seeing the start of the 2018 Southwest Ohio Glen Sample Tournament, you're right, and you're seeing a hand raise. Doesn't look like that's
Tim. Looks like we
beginning.
got
But
195 coming up here now. I've got Max Boyle from Harrison. He's a senior, 10-0 this year. His opponent is
Braden McCaughey from Walton Verona. Looks like he's been a 4-year starter now. Started at 152, is up to 195 now this year. State qualifier 2 of the last 3 years, was 5th as a sophomore, but qualified as a freshman and as a
Well, we just
junior.
saw the other Walton Verona wrestler weight before him, so these two 82-pound, both their guys in the finals, brought each other up. They're both pretty physical, seem physical. Harrison, a strong program here at home. He's got the home crowd behind him.
And they're close in the team race too, guys. I'm pulling that up. Hang on.
Yeah, it's head to head right now with Fairfield. It looks like
Harrison
177 and a half to 178. Harrison
Half.
has the lead at this point by half a point over Fairfield.
Ross is bringing up third, and they're fighting with Elder for fourth. Of course, Ross being a Division II school, that's pretty significant.
Talked to their coach before we started here, and they've got 4 in the finals today. So all their upper weights, they've got some strong upper weight kids. That
We'll see both their two brothers wrestle in the next 2 weights, actually.
we saw them earlier this year over at Northwest.
And at Coleman, we saw them at Indian Hill. I saw them last week. They both look good.
All right, now we're still tied at 0. No takedowns yet.
In case the viewers out there think that, this is the end of this tournament. We started tonight at 182 pounds, and the first match at 182 between Logan Imes of Ross and Dalton Mayer went to Mayer, and here we are at 195 pounds now.
All right, out of bounds. 1 minute to go, 56 seconds left.
Go back to 182. Logan Imes lost to Dalton Mayer from Walton Verona. I think it was like 10-2, Greg.
Good single.
Good takedown for Harrison. Max Boyle with the 2.
195. We're at 195. Here we go. 2-0. First period, 30 seconds to go. Harrison leads. Max Boyle, senior. Well, Tim, I think Harrison's pretty strong this year. Got a lot of seniors, leadership, and this is kind of poised for a good run this year.
Yep, it could be coaches champions here by the end of the night. Pretty impressive.
Last year, Harrison was runner-up in this tournament, and they looked like they're intent on winning the whole thing.
Here he's pulling. He's lifting that elbow.
Had no time left. 3 seconds left. See if he can get the
run out
turn.
of
He
time.
got 1 count. Oh, he rolled through it. Good roll. So it'd be great to see Harrison win this. They're the guy who started it all for him.
Yeah.
Vance Reed was inducted in the Hall of Fame tonight, so he did a lot to build this program.
One of the classiest guys in the coaching.
One of my favorites.
I'll tell you. As we begin to get our communications straightened out, we're going to
2-1.
I'll be talking with Joe Capilongo, who is the president of the Southwest Ohio coaches.
Oh, we lost a contact. Quick eyes to the official there, saw that right away. Too much head-to-head here. They're not going to score off that. They got
nice drag there. Elevate the leg, get his 2.
There you go.
4-1. Max Boyle with a 4-1 lead here in the second period.
And this program is brought to you by Waycross Community Media volunteers. They're all running around here, running cameras and things. And
little Granby roll there.
That's a nice
Granby
job for
shoulder roll almost there.
Puts him right
195
back in the
Three.
match.
Escape for Boyle, 5-3.
Okay, he needs a tight takedown to tie it up here. Another
Same
drag.
little drag.
Same drag.
That's
Got
twice.
Twice now they got hit with that. Got to keep those elbows in tight. See him go back to it again, too, if it's worked twice already.
Boyle's lifting the inside leg, trying to step through that. Catch the far leg, pull it under. Okay, he's going to cut him loose.
Stay on his feet. Coach Dennis says, sure, go ahead.
7-4.
You get 2 takedowns, 3 takedowns in the match. Of course you want to stay on your feet. Oh, nice little throw by. Again, shoot with your elbows out.
If we do this,
Okay. Got 15 seconds left here in the second period. Yeah, Boyle's checking it out. I got to get going here. I don't. Need to jump over the other side here, Tim, and once he catches that wrist like that.
I was just kind of checking to see if Fairfield's had anybody wrestle in the first 2 weight classes yet. Looks like for 7th and 8th place.
Over here for 5th place.
At the 195, but at 182 they did have a guy. It looks like he wrestled for 7th, so don't know if he'll get any points out of that, but scoreboard's still showing 178 to 177.5.
Fairfield's got, I think it's 6 in here, and Harrison has 5.
Well, it's a big point right here. It's 11-4 match with Harrison up by 7, so we'll see him go right back on their feet, I would suspect. He's been dominant on his feet so far, and they try to get this major and pick up the extra half a point, team point. He's doing a good job moving his feet. So there he got it. There's his 8 points. There's his other one. That's going to put him way ahead now. So now he's got to either look for a pin or really try to pour it on here and get the tech. Again, oh, they'll go out of bounds. I don't think they didn't give it to him. So 15-7 lead here for Max Boyle Harrison.
It's 195 pounds. This is the SWOWCA Glen Sample Holiday Classic Tournament here at Harrison High School.
So Max has got to stay on his toes here, though. He doesn't want to give up the extra team point. So,
well, it makes more difference to Harrison than it does Walton Verona, to be honest with you.
Sure.
Yeah, Walton Verona is farther down. They're in about 8th place.
There he goes.
70 points behind.
Been dominating on his feet here tonight. Trying to just ride out these last 25 seconds, see if he can get a turn.
Officials telling him to pick up the pace.
Yeah, you just can't
Russell
push.
can't be just standing here, but there's 15 seconds left. Not much is going to happen.
He's going to kick him with 10 seconds left. I don't think the ref gave him the one. Nope.
They didn't give him the first one. They didn't give him the first time. He didn't really clear.
Yeah.
17-8.
Staying aggressive to the end. He got another one. Good win right there. Max Boyle from Harrison. Put Harrison up, but they're in the lead now, and that'll keep them there. So
now we'll be moving on to 220 pounds. Thomas Coleman from Ross, he's a senior, and Vincent Munlin from Princeton.
Thomas Coleman is a senior, Division II, coaches Coach Dunn. Looks like he's been a 4-year starter. He's 5th at district last year, coming in right now at 220 at 12-2. He did win the Franklin tournament. Has a 3.65 GPA, and he wants to win state and wrestle in college.
Well, this is the first of two brothers. This is the older brother, senior, for Ross.
Good squad. It's a relatively, what is that, 2 years now that West Claremont's been West Claremont? Before that, it was.
All right, here we go, 220. Ross versus Princeton.
Thomas Coleman in the maroon and gold. Munlin in the
with the shot right
red
there.
And black and a P on the hip.
We saw them, Dave. We got to see them wrestle the other night.
Thomas
Ross
Coleman.
Team, and this is exactly what Coleman did.
Yeah, Coleman is a
like
pinner.
That upper body lock. Got the pin.
Now that's some strength.
Yeah, because that leverage was.
Loves that upper body.
We'll be sitting for a while because we got to wait on the 3rd and 5th place matches now. So we'll probably slide over. Not sure which match we'll go to.
Well, Munlin, he's a relatively inexperienced wrestler. And as a junior, they'll have him back. That's a big kid and can fill out quite a lot. Here we go at 285.
All right.
And here's the other Coleman on the mat now. This is Alex Coleman, also a junior. His opponent's from Wayne. Let's see, Alex was 4th in the league as a 220-pounder. He won the league last year. He was 5th and became a state alternate last year. And I was talking to Zach Eisen, who takes the Fargo team to the summer wrestling, and he won the Fargo in straight pins.
Wow.
Pretty impressive to carry it that far. And he won both in Greco and in freestyle. So pretty
He's going
impressive.
to have
kid.
Jacob Padilla from Dayton Wayne, who's a returning state qualifier. He was 8th last year in the state, 3rd in the districts, and he was a state qualifier as a sophomore also with a 4th place districts finish. So he's coming in 17-0, and he was a football player for Dayton Wayne also. So he wants to win state this year, and he's been a solid wrestler for a long time, so he'll have a shot at that.
As
He's
a
only a
heavyweight,
junior.
everybody talks about weight control and everything as being a tough thing in the sport, but these heavyweights, most of them don't have to worry about it. At 285-pound upper limit, there's not a lot to have to cut. And when you ask them, what's your favorite food, and you talk to them during season or out of season, a lot of the kids say, I love fish sticks or chicken tenders or something like that during season. And then when you get to the off season, they want pulled pork and everything else. Well, with Alex, it's a preference for pizza, whether it's in the season or out of season.
There's only one weight class that gets to do that, Dave.
That's true. That's where the guys and women go to really get a good sight, good view of what's happening. Okay, we're about ready to start here at the 285 pounds.
Coleman in maroon and Padilla in the red.
Brother of
Like
Thomas.
his brother.
Told you he's trying to beat his brother's time. I told you.
He'll have his hands full with this one. This Wayne kid's tough.
I'll say he's tough. He went through that pummeling series and he's right in, take down and looking for combination to turn right away, that's really great when you get that kind of wrestling.
Coleman should come to his feet, actually. I think he could have made it.
There's a lot of new names in this tournament this year, guys. It's last spring at the state tournament, this area had by far its best season ever, and a lot of those guys have graduated that earned those successes, and some of them are with teams that aren't here, and so it's a more interesting tournament this year. We've got a greater variety. We have almost 50 teams here this year, although that's not quite accurate. It's not 50 teams, it's 50 schools represented.
Yeah, not all full teams.
Yeah, we're going to talk to Joe Campolongo about that very thing.
I think we can all hear each other now.
Sounds like it, yeah. We're back on track.
There we go. So right now, 2-0, first period. Dayton Wayne's Jacob Padilla is winning against
Coleman,
Alex Coleman of Ross.
Coleman went out like a house of fire. I think he just kind of got a little overzealous, if you will. And
he and his brother are both upper body kind of guys.
Right.
We saw that at Northwest last week.
But he actually, I thought he was going to be in worse shape than he was, because it looked like he was going to get turned a couple times, and he was able to fight that off. So Coleman wins the toss, takes neutral position.
You got to go with what you do best. He didn't get off the bottom when he was there. So.
Right. And in heavyweight, that's so much more critical than at the lower weights, because you make one mistake on top and or underneath and it's over. So now he's got to work a little better hand control rather than just doing that bum's rush.
I think the Dayton wrestler realizes he is an upper body kind of guy, so he's blocking off, staying inside.
Oh, he gave him a leg.
They're telling him that he's had that 3 times and they want him to go for
Oh.
it. That's
He
going to
held
be it
on to
right
that
there.
too long.
That's
Live by the sword, get stuck by the sword.
You'll see him go pretty far this year.
Yeah,
He's a junior.
Yeah, I think so.
Returning state placer.
Yeah, as a sophomore. So.
And he's I think he said something on his information sheet about this was his goal, is to take it.
Win the state tournament.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, every kid says that,
True.
a lot of kids say it, but then you gotta display it, talk's cheap kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we deal with this all the time. Well, we've gotten through
Coach Dunn is already coaching for the next match for Alex Coleman. They're sitting there talking. They're not even off the mat yet, and he's telling them what he did wrong and how he can prevent that next time. So,
Rich Dunn's one of those guys that never stops coaching. He coaches in his sleep, I'm sure.
He's a very, very good coach. One of the best in the city.
Yeah, one of the best in the
guy.
state, frankly.
Just a good guy.
And,
Good to the kids.
He'd talked about retiring and then said, I don't guess. I think I'll stay a while longer. But we're going to be changing gears now, going from 285. We turn to the little guys, and we're going back to 106 pounds with Cole Thomas of Ryle and Jake Vaio-Smith of Sycamore.
Well,
what do we know about them? We better wait for these other bouts.
Well, the mat looks a lot bigger now, don't we?
yeah. Well, the other thing is going to be kind of a study in contrast: a freshman versus a senior. Seeing a senior at 106 pounds is not real common. So, but you got
That's true.
4 years experience for a freshman. But I'm certain that this freshman's probably got a little bit of experience. maybe in
Yeah,
the summer,
I
stuff
saw
like
him wrestle in the semifinals today.
that. Yeah.
He knows what it's about out there.
He's 11-1, has 3.1 GPA, and wants to go to college and wrestle in college.
All right, Thomas in the kind of the maroonish color, and Sycamore, of course, in green.
We had Veo Smith over at Northwest again the other night. Pretty solid.
Nice in on that single for Thomas. Good finish.
There's a freshman and against a senior now. And the freshman comes out. Thought he had the
Finish
two,
it.
but the
Yep.
ref hasn't given it to him yet. So good defense by Jake. Cole continues to try to get the angle.
He's caught the wrist. That
should be two. Had his hands on the mat. I think you might have gotten him, given him two
I think
there,
the
but he
knee
didn't.
slid out
Yeah.
right at the end, right before
Yeah.
the
I
score.
think he was in. It doesn't matter what we think.
Cole Thompson does not look like a freshman. He's wrestling like he's been around the block once or twice.
Yeah. 1 minute to go, first period.
Pretty strong for a freshman, too. Doesn't have the typical freshman body. He's put together pretty well.
Good hip in, holds, forces the head down. Got to get off that knee.
Pretty good action so far.
Yeah, actually, we saw good action out of the upper weights today, too.
We did, yeah. A lot of
And
those
on that
guys that
single-
go upper body like that.
Boy, he's just not finishing. Just not able to get that last. Leo Smith's been pretty good reacting to that, keeping able to turn his hips in and prevent.
Yeah, because Thomas has had a couple good shots here that you think he
been-
might have been able to finish, or
Yeah.
thought he would have finished.
He's low on that single, and he's kind of far away, and then he's not getting his hips under him to get in that tight. It's kind of extended a little bit.
Oh, nice shot. There's
That's a
no
nice
time
shot.
left to get it. Good shot by Veo Smith there. That's probably his first and best shot of the match. We're going to tie it up at 0. It'll be Riles' choice. He's going to go ahead and take down, not even defer. Just get down and get his points, try to escape.
It's 106 pounds from the SWOWCA Glen Sample Tournament at Harrison, Ohio. It's Cole Thomas of Ryle in the gray and gray uniform. Jake Veo Smith in the green from Sycamore.
This is typically where you will see freshmen struggle from the bottom position. Veo Smith's doing a nice job keeping his weight on him, tying up his arms. Thomas gets his knees back up under him and stands up,
Here's
gets his
his
one. Good job.
40 seconds.
Did a nice job on that stand-up using back pressure.
Yeah.
As he came through, he just didn't flap up in the air. He pushed back into it to get the stand-up. Nice job. This is an interesting tournament because it is a tournament that crosses the border. We have teams here from northern Kentucky, several teams from northern Kentucky. Riles pretty high up in the thing. We've seen the Walton Verona kids, and there's a nice takedown.
Yeah, good finish.
It's the same shot he had the first period, but he never finished them.
Well, he got a little higher. He got above
Okay.
the knee instead of below, and then was able to bring that
Nice job finishing
pull.
there.
Yeah.
He's got a nice arm bar in. He's tying up Veo Smith
the
to keep
wrist.
his weight on him.
Yeah.
Let's get an idea just how well he'll ride. Veo Smith's going to probably take down in the third period. So
15 seconds left here in the second period.
oh, he's
Watch
turning
that
him.
shoulder, getting
Yeah.
his back
Turning him.
points. Got 10 seconds.
He's
Boy,
not
that's
even
tight.
counting yet. I think he only counted twice, didn't he?
Yep.
This guy's been around the block, fellas.
Yeah, he's not
I don't
wrestling
care
like
if
a
he's a freshman or what he is.
5-0.
He
Well,
knows what's going on.
Once he was able to get that left shoulder tucked onto the mat, he got that rolled under. He was able to tip him. Had to get that pressure point turned underneath.
Mayo Smith's got to get the shot here. Thomas has gotten some good shots and good finishes now, so I think Mayo Smith's got to go back to that sweep single he has. Great shot again, deep. Pop his head out, cut back.
He's got his shoulder above the knee this time. There you go.
Gonna be 2.
Same thing.
7-0.
Still a minute and 15 to go.
Can get the major here. Barring it up.
Also, he's pretty energized now. I think he feels pretty good right now.
Can sense it. Got that leg, far leg turked. Okay, lets it go. Right back to the arm bar. And turn him again.
30 seconds left here in the second period. 7-0.
Doing a nice job just riding him out.
Yeah, I think he's pretty. He's going to catch the wrist if he wants. There he's turning. He's got the elbow on or shoulder under. Yep.
Getting the major. We
Yeah,
got
if
2.
he could drop his hips
That could
back,
be it right there. That was tight.
could be all over.
That was pretty tight.
Now he could get a pretty good counter. This is a senior. That's a senior
10-2. He'll end
determination.
up with a major. Really nice job by Cole Thomas of Ryle.
Your champion at 106 pounds.
Very strong for a freshman.
Cole Thomas. Now wrestling at 118
Yeah, I was talking before about the number of cross-river wrestling that we have going on here. We have 5 Northern Kentucky teams participating here, and we have a number out of the Dayton area and a couple from the Columbus region. So we have a pretty widespread representation.
And from Scott, Brendan Pye.
All right, Craig, who do you have at 113?
William Depker, grade junior, 113, coached by Jason Rouse. He's 11-1 this year, finished 8th at the state last year, 39-10. So
He's got Brendan Pye out of Scott High School, another Kentucky school, coming in 14-0.
Depker's ranked top 10 in the state this year after last year's 8th finish. Plans on going to Xavier University in the nursing program. So he's already got 81 victories in his career, and he's still got another year to go. So
Impressive.
he's looking at 150, on pace for 150 career wins in 4 years. Everything keeps proceeding.
He moves his feet well. He doesn't stand still.
Okay, minute and 5, nothing going. And Depker's head down. Pyle's a senior, so. Depker's up a weight from last 2 years. He was at 106. He looks like he's grown quite a bit.
That was a good shot there, but Depker looked a little strong for him.
Yeah. Oh, good move by Pyle, forcing that head down. Put Depker in that position several times with getting his forehead on the mat.
Depker seems pretty strong here, though. He's got, I think, a little strength advantage. Short time here, so run out the period. It looks like he's a first-year starter, Greg.
Well, it doesn't seem like that. Who is he wrestling behind?
He's on our sheet here, he's got no record as his freshman, sophomore, junior year, probably varsity.
Maybe he just forgot him.
That is kind of unusual.
He might have just forgot.
That's a nice lift.
Well, actually, I looked up a little bit more on Brendan Pye. He was second last year in Kentucky.
In the state?
At 113, in the state.
I think he just didn't put anything on.
Yeah, he doesn't look like somebody hasn't made the the varsity lineup yet.
There's an escape, though, for Depker.
Yeah,
I got a little high.
I saw his information sheet, too, and I couldn't figure. I'm going to see this unusual.
Turn to the mat.
I don't know whether we can't see it because we don't have a monitor. I understand you're seeing that lift.
All right, we're back to live action here. 1-0. It's 1 minute and 20.
Oh, good shot by Depker. That was deep. Gotta stay on that ankle, get his head out.
Head to the side.
Gotta pop his head out.
Yep.
Get the angle. Good job defensively to turn it locked up.
That will reach across and Funky's reaching over the top.
That'll get him through. Great job by Depker. First takedown of the match. I've got a score here now. Depker doesn't have to do much. He can hang on this leg right now. Just go for the stalemate until the time. Good job.
He does have to start climbing that leg, though. They haven't started a 5 count, but they could have.
Yeah, Depker's really hammers in there on shots, and this is kind of an interstate grudge match in a sense. You know, you got kid took 8th in Ohio at 106 pounds, jumps up to 220, 113. And,
wow, that'd be a heck of a jump, Dave.
Yeah.
Depker down on that ankle. 19 seconds. And Pye's trying to elevate. He's not strong enough.
Great job by Depker here. Staying low on the ankles.
See that?
Gonna kill the period here. Going to the third.
3-0.
Bottom position. Down 3-0. Looking at the elder coaches trying to see what they're telling Willie Depker what to do, so you can maybe get a little
Doesn't look at it.
start on what's going to happen here on the whistle. Not a bad philosophy.
Not much of a move.
Nice job here.
Head lever, then drops down on the leg.
I mean, they're
That's
going
good. You know,
to start calling that pretty
yeah,
soon.
that's right.
That's-
I agree.
You can't just do that. That should be counting.
There it
you
is.
go. Okay.
You called it. Maybe they heard you, Greg.
He's going to move up.
Yeah, he does have to move up.
Here's the point.
1 point.
3-1.
Yep.
They're staying a little bit too low on the
Right.
leg there.
Now here's help.
Change the whole match now.
Right.
He can score. Make it 3-2, then he can win it on the takedown.
He's come to us.
Hit again.
Yeah, he's got to cut him loose.
3-2.
Almost forced to do that when you get that stalling point.
Right. Now it's takedown wins it, whoever gets it, to be honest with you.
Another great shot by Depker.
Same counter by Pye. It's just he's not strong enough to do it. That's pretty.
Gonna elevate that ankle, he'll end up.
Still got the wizard in there. I don't think he's got that locked ankle wizard there.
I go stalemate here.
Yeah, what he should do with that. Really?
That's as safe a place to be as you can get.
He's got to move up though.
He doesn't have the takedown
He
yet.
doesn't have the takedown yet, so he doesn't.
That's right.
It's great work. It's a good match. Coming
Very
right down to the
technical
end
match.
here.
Very technical match. A lot of strategy being consumed out there.
Elder coach is talking to the ref.
3-2. When you lock that wizard and then lock your ankle in, you lock their shoulder in. You can step across that. And
He's got the ref going to consult with the other ref, so at some point. I'm not really sure what he's asking for, are you?
No. Oh, he didn't get it, whatever it was.
This guy a little bit of wind though, that'll help.
Well, I think it
28
helps
seconds.
not sure it helps his guy more. I think his Depker looked like in a little better shape, but
Yeah, Depker doesn't look like he needs it.
right. Take another shot. Forcing the head. Pye's forcing that head.
Oh, he rushed it.
Oh,
Got it. No, he didn't rush it.
he stepped over that.
Yeah.
I thought he rushed a little bit, but he
Yeah.
ended up catching him on his back, so I don't know if he gave him back points or not. 4 seconds left, and he's hanging on to the head. Down to 1 second.
Yeah.
I don't think he gave him back points.
No,
They'll end up being
I don't think he
up for the
needed it.
match.
Your champion at 113 pounds, from Scott,
Yeah.
Brendan Pye.
Champions are always champions, guys. I think there's a great deal of pride when you're a champion. I don't care where you're a champion. When you go out on the mat,
Pretty good
you
match
go out
right
on the
there.
mat.
Yeah. Well, I think he's been setting him up for that with his head down all the time. He kept forcing. Okay, so now we're up to 120. It's a big match for Fairfield.
Here, being up 183 to 182.5. Harrison's still holding on to a 1 half point lead.
Mustafa Ball, 6th in the state last year, 34-10, 11-0 this year. He's got 81 victories. Princeton kid is Dawson.
Yeah, Dawson out of Princeton, only a junior. Last year he was a district qualifier. He's coming in 12-2 right now. He was a freestyle state qualifier last year with a 3.0 grade point average. Wants to be the first state champ at Princeton since 1969.
Charlie Gales.
I think he's got his hands full tonight, though.
Well, Ball's ranked 3rd in the state, 2nd
Yeah.
and 3rd depending on which prognosticator you look at. So, very experienced.
Ball's been around
wrestler.
a little bit.
And all the Fairfield guys know they need points. So,
Got to win it first, though. So I think as a coach, you just want to say, go win this match. If you get to the point where you can get some extra team points, go for it. But
no, I just mean they need to win matches.
Yeah,
to
no
get team
doubt.
Points, not
Yeah.
extra. Just,
It's a
just
great,
take care
great
of business, right?
team race right here. And that's a great race for 3rd and 4th
Dawson
with
in there twice now. Not backing down, just on.
all control in the hand there.
Good
Then
Ooh,
reach.
nice second shot. That's great. That counter shot, that's slick.
He's
ref
waiting.
doesn't know what to call.
Yeah.
Trying to give him his
Yeah, I think
give him
he-
2, and
Decided there wasn't any control there.
well, he put 2 up, didn't he?
Yeah, he took it down. He put his hand up without
Yeah.
signaling the 2 points.
That was close to being right on the edge. So
Yeah, he didn't. His backup official, Terry Schinkel. Sometimes you get a little help from them. Say, yeah, you know.
right.
And he didn't.
That's why he's there.
donate it, yeah.
I think that from the standpoint of seeding, this tournament was well seeded. But here's a good example of where the seeding broke down. Joshua Dawson of Princeton has come here to the finals unseeded.
Wow.
Well, he was just a distant qualifier last year, and you know how they do this here, Dave. It's based on last year's points performance. So you could be the best guy in the world, but if you finished 5th at district,
He's 38-12 last year.
Yeah, and he didn't get out of. He just qualified for district. He didn't place there, so doesn't get any quote criteria points as they call them.
Good ride here by Ball, controlling him, keeping his hips down.
For all the
Weight
years,
on him.
for all the years way back when seed meetings for events like this probably would have taken 3 days. Now everything's sent in by, computer entry, data entry, and the computer decides who's seeded where. And all you do is, as Greg says, set up the criteria points and feed it in, and it does all the work for you. Every now and then there's an issue to be raised, but most of the time, very, very, very accurate. And it certainly is better than those long. Oh, they were horrible. Guys drag out the silliest things like, well, my kid went to summer camp last summer.
Yeah, those seed meetings. Ooh.
Oh. Whoa!
Yeah.
Oh, wow!
Yeah, Pete.
Wow!
Oh boy! Mustafa Ball made a major error there.
Yeah, he stepped right into it.
But Dawson was right there to cover it. Excellent.
Well done.
Yeah. So 6-0. Score 6-0. Yeah, it was a 5-point move. Boy, Ball just got 2 straight up, and Dawson just hipped right into him and caught him big time.
It's one of the things Fairfield's always been great at. Turned on him.
Better be careful. It's going to go back the other way.
Ball's not going to quit.
Ball will throw.
It's going to go 6-1 into the 3rd period here. Great job by Dawson out of this seed meetings.
Coached by Kenny Powell, his first-year head coach that replaces Ty Robbins, who retired last year after about a 20-year stint at Princeton.
Ball's got his hand there. Oh, I don't think they'll give him one. Yeah, they did give him one. There'll be 1 and 2 and back points. Nope, didn't get him.
Get it yet.
He only got 1.
Well, he got 1 and 2. Now he's got 2.
He's holding him. He's going to get the 3-point.
That'll take him 7-4. He'll go up 7-4.
7-6. 7-6.
7-6, excuse me, yep.
But he's got to bring him back in now. Or he just got to stay in there. Got the pin. Wow. What a recovery. What a recovery.
It's the mark of a really tough wrestler to
just
do
called him
that.
out.
That's it's so easy to say,
called the
that's
pin.
too much.
Or they didn't call the pin.
No, they just
called him out of bounds.
Out of bounds. And
What
Looked
a
like
comeback by Ball. But still not over. Dawson's on bottom here and only down by a point.
Boy, with the mental part of that.
Yeah, no
That's
doubt.
tough. Now Ball's
He's
going
up
to be aggressive.
6-1.
Yeah. He's got both elbows wrapped now. Can hop from one side to the other. He's trying to tilt him this way. Got to keep those hips up. Like anything else, hips up. Called stalling on bottom now on Dawson. He's just staying there.
There he's got his knees back under him, but Ball does a great job and take him right back down to his hips.
Now he better come out though. You don't see the old Fairfield spiral ride like you used to.
Not like you used to.
Yeah, it definitely was a stall. Yeah.
Ball's doing a good job here.
24 seconds.
Dawson's got to get his one. Oh, he just called it on Fairfield. He called stalling.
Right.
I thought he was being pretty active, and I thought Dawson was kind of laying on the mat there and couldn't get up, so I'm not sure.
I don't see that.
Yeah, I'm not sure I saw that one, but.
Keeps trying to put the leg in, but gets blocked off.
Dawson gets to his feet.
Yeah.
Ball does a good job dropping down, but that's
he's
where the
gotta come
stalling call can make a big difference.
Yep.
That's it. Tied it at 7. That stalling call made a big difference right there.
Yeah. Well, short-lived here. We'll see. It's overtime. First takedown here right away in this first period.
They got to fix the clock.
Oh, I think he gave him that.
Great job by Dawson.
He got it now. And he's going for the pin. This could be important for the team race here. You don't want to give that up.
Oh, boy, he's getting it close.
Oh, he's got
it. That's it right there.
That really, overtime win actually helped.
That actually helped. The stall call actually got him a couple extra team points.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see if that makes a difference at the end here.
That's a great match, though. It was really a good match by both wrestlers.
Yeah, Dawson looked very good.
Both guys came and went, came and back. It was ups and downs. Neither guy quit. And that pinpoint, that could be
great match. One best of the night right there.
Right now,
then we're moving on to 126.
This is another strong wrestler for Fairfield. Jabari Thomas, 2-time state placer, 8th and 5th, 11-0 this year, over 100 victories in his career.
He's going to have Logan Hoskins out of Butler, who is 41-9 last year. Been to state twice now, his freshman and sophomore year. Hasn't placed either one, but he's been there twice already. He's only a junior. So this is a high-end match right here.
And he's into it nice. He worked his way in to that single. He's going to stalemate.
Thomas just went for the stalemate there. He knew he was in a little bit of trouble, so he just stalled it out.
Now is this Tommy Hoskins' brother?
I don't know, it's a different school, right?
Yeah, but I think they were Legacy Christian and they switched.
Right.
So I'm not sure if they're related or it's just brother. Tommy Hoskins, a 3-time state champion, now at Oklahoma.
It's going to be the feature match of the night right here. Great job. That'll be 2.
It's like throwing a couple.
With the takedown.
It's like throwing a couple cats in a bag and watching them. Boy, they're moving.
Well, you got 2 quality wrestlers here, and the right weights. You know, we're not at the upper weights where they're a little slower. This starting here, 25 to 60, seems to be the best matches.
This is a big match for Harrison. Fairfield just took a 188.5 to 183 lead. So that pin was great for Fairfield.
Well, that pin in the last match really was outstanding for Fairfield.
Pretty good wrestling right here, fellas.
Let him move up.
Oh, they'll stalemate that. Oh, the
warning stall. Yep. They're calling that more this year, last few years, and it's
yeah, I read a blog written by people up at the Olentangy Liberty tournament, and they were talking about how fast the referees were calling stalling in that tournament. And you always hear people complaining one way or the other about stalling.
No, they're supposed
but
to
I
have
agree.
5
I think they are calling a little bit quicker,
move up
which
off
is
that
fine.
ankle.
Well, I think if they made them actually count it out so you'd see it, but they count it in their head instead of, so you don't know when they start the count.
Yeah.
Thomas
All
down.
right. Thomas up 2-1 here. Got to get the clock going. There they go. A little slow on that.
Yeah, we ought to give a shout out to the Oak Hills mascots, who once again are the primary operators of the scoring and timing at this event. They've been doing it for years. I can think back to when they were first organized, and they have been dependable and responsible in that task year after year after year.
Well, Thomas is in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, good job with the leg
he's
ride,
working him.
controlling the wrist.
He's got the wrist. This is what he was. Yeah. He's got to get to his feet here. Yep.
I think you're certainly
Like
looking
right
at
now.
2 state placers here this year. These kids are tough.
Yeah. And they could face each other more than once. They'd be in the same district, wouldn't they? And
So.
Yep. And then so could be one of several.
A caution there, and Hoskins is lined up. Didn't really have the
Now you got to
elbow.
back up. There's the escape. That was
Oh, and right in on that. That great shot.
Wow.
3-3.
Great shot.
Yep. Right away, didn't I think Thomas kind of relaxed for a second?
That's right. That happens an awful lot of times. You know, you think, oh, I scored. Then bam.
Well, if he can get out of this, it won't hurt him. So now it's 35 seconds. He's up 4-3. Now this is what matters right now. If they get
Now
a
it's gotta
takedown
be-
here.
I think it's got to be a controlled attack here. You got 20 seconds essentially in this period.
Well, he's trying a little dump there. Hoskins is. Got the elbow. Thomas putting pressure on Hoskins' heads down to the mat. Coach Laughlin telling Thomas, quit reaching. Keep your hands down, not up. There, that's better. See how he blocked much better that time than the last one? All right. Well, it's going to come down to a takedown because I don't believe that Thomas will be able to ride him.
Yeah,
No.
Hoskins will get out and tie it at 4.
In fact, he lets him go right now.
Doesn't even bother, so he tied at 4.
So he should have got that.
Oh, he had it.
Wow.
Hoskins with a little drag, putting the pressure on. He's got to get his hands down. He does. 6-4. Thomas will probably get to his feet. No, he'll get the reversal and tie it back at 6.
He needs to cut him.
This is going to be one on their feet, no doubt about
Got to
it.
let him go.
He will. 7-6, Hoskins from Butler with the lead. Thomas with a great shot.
Finish the double.
Great
Here it
beat,
comes.
everything. Hoskins holding on to that ankle.
A Navy ride
to
would be
roll him
working
over.
real nice right now.
I think he's going to step through the leg there.
He's going to take it over his head and roll. That'll be 2.
There's 2.
We go 8-7, Thompson with the lead. Back and forth.
1 minute.
You got to watch that head.
Well, you got to.
Double. Got double legs in, pressure half.
Just trying to
Hoskins has
return the favor.
Plenty of time here, so he just relax a little bit and get his breath.
And remember, he's got a stall
back to
warning.
his
Right.
feet.
I think I'd be cutting him here.
He's got a stall warning. He's got to be careful.
Yep.
I don't think I'd cut him just yet. Still got his hips on his mat.
Now he can't afford a stall call because it ties the match, and then he's got to
You're right,
cut
it's
him.
tied up.
I'd
Then
cut
he's
him.
got to ride him out.
Cut him right there.
There it
You go.
is.
We're tied at 8.
See, now he's only got 20
20
seconds.
seconds.
Oh, nice little boot scoot and then a shot.
He's stronger on top than Hoskins.
Thomas with the
Boy, Hoskins throws his hips nice, doesn't he? Oh,
There it is. He was stronger on top. He got that.
tried to dump him.
Yep. Yep.
Great
wow.
match.
Great match. Outstanding match. That's
Your
just,
champion at 126 pounds. From Fairfield, Jabari Thomas.
fine match. Fine
Yeah.
match.
We'll see him again. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Hard to take a loss like that.
Well done.
Good
Great
match.
Well, now we got sparring partners for Butler. I think now we've got, is it Matt Verdes? Matt Verdes, he's a junior. He's coming out. He was qualified for state, didn't place. He's 10-0 this year, but geez, he's 82-20. A lot of these guys got 80 wins.
32.
And
so-
he was a 6-pounder the year before, wasn't he?
yeah.
A 6-pounder
Yep.
for 2 years.
And so was 2 years ago. Verdes was a 6-pounder 2 years ago. So, wonder if they ran
Barrett's
against
coming in
each
at
other
10-0 right now.
He had 106 2 years ago.
He was an Ohio Junior Greco State champion. He likes to play soccer also, but he wants to go and wrestle in college.
Did you guys see the last week here at Harrison? They had the Harrison duel, and then they had the Mount St. Joe versus Thomas More, the college match. Had it right here, and it was a great match. I think between Thomas More.
When
and
was that?
Last Thursday, was it? I think it was Thursday a week. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of good local wrestlers wrestling at the collegiate level, both at Mount St. Joe and Thomas More.
All right, I think the mats are cleared. We're ready to go.
Now wrestling 132 pounds.
Right now, Fairfield is winning 192.5 to 183.
Yep.
So again, this is a big match for Harrison.
And jogging out at the center is former elder coach Dick McCoy, who's gone up with a new career officiating. Used to be in the chair on a lot of these matches. Now Baird hard on the head, heavy hands, heavy hands. .215 victories between these two guys already.
Yeah, they both have worn out mats.
Yeah, great shot by Baird. See if he can finish it. He was in real deep there. Curtis with a good defense. Got his hips back. Baird trying to hold on to that elbow.
Another thing to notice here is Baird's wearing the wrestling shorts versus the singlet, which that's been a new rule change in Ohio, that you're allowed to wear shorts rather than just the singlet.
And a tight-fitting shirt.
Yeah.
I know you guys have, I think both said you kind of like it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Boy, Baird's in there nice and deep.
Ooh.
He does a nice lift. And Baird
Got nothing out of it.
great job. Some high-end wrestling right here, fellas.
I don't know. I think it's a fad more than anything else. It's part of this is from the UFC wrestling, and that martial arts shorts. Harrison seems to be the one team here that's wearing them more predominantly.
A little poke in the eye.
I think it knows. Flood.
All right. Still nothing to nothing. Coach McCoy, Dick McCoy finding some blood.
Kind of interesting, it's having Coach McCoy out there refereeing. You're so accustomed to see him in the chair, and his treatment of referees was somewhat enthusiastic, let's
See
say.
how he handles the other side of it.
And now he's on the other side of the fence. I think it's well deserved. Another one of those class acts in the sport.
This is another good matchup.
Here we're back,
Two
30
high-quality
seconds.
kids here.
Well, when you have 32 schools, it's pretty likely you're going to get good matches in the finals. There's usually a cream rise to the top, and there's generally enough opportunities to get a couple good. And they bring good teams in here. Dave, what's the criteria? If you're the lower bottom four scores?
I don't think so.
I think they bring 5 in every year.
Yeah, but they're up at 47 teams now.
Yeah.
Or 47 schools, because they let people bring in singletons.
Yeah, but I think for the teams, if you're the bottom 4 teams of the teams,
I think that's true.
You're out.
Yeah.
They let the people on the waiting list in.
Yeah, I think that's true. We used to, when I helped run this tournament, we had the bottom 2 in each. We had it split in two divisions.
Yeah.
Big school, small school. We took the bottom 2 in each of those divisions, relegated them, and brought 2 new ones in. But I don't know whether they have to do that now with 40, almost 50 teams or people in here.
Well, back then they also had to keep it strictly during the day because they didn't have electricity. It was outside, wasn't it? Now, Dave's done a whole lot of work on this tournament for years and years. They put a lot of effort, both Dave and Sue, and a number of the, shall we say, the old guard that aren't around anymore.
I think we're going to have a
put on more blood.
Baird already said, wrap me up. I don't want to waste time here. So I think we're going to have a problem with blood the whole time.
They used to do it by hand scoring, too. Now this electronic scoring. We would never have had Tim say, oh, Fairfield's winning, or we'd go, we don't know, but it sounds.
Well, we had computer scoring and things like that. When Hal Norris and I had the thing, but what you couldn't do was get the instant appreciation of it, and you didn't have the access to the information on laptops and phones and things like that we do today. The technology has changed the nature of tournaments. Tournaments move faster today. Here we had 40-some people, teams represented or schools represented, and they blew through this tournament. And for all day today, they had no more than 5 matches going. And a lot of the time, they only had 4 running.
And if you look at it, even ahead of time, you could tell what time the match was going to wrestle.
Yeah.
An hour ahead. It's going to 8:09 or anticipated time. So
and coaches could look at their phone and see what kids they had coming up, which was always one of the big problems in tournaments, was knowing where your kids were and when they were. I used to have my Wrestlette program. That was one of their biggest tasks, was to stay on top of the brackets to let me know who was due up and how far away they were. And you've been through the thing where they'd call your name and give you 5 minutes to get to the thing because you had to come from the cornfield.
Okay, Baird gets an escape there. Actually kind of got cut loose after the warning for, again.
I think Baird's got a little bit of a disadvantage. They had to wrap his nose. They got tape all across his nose. He can only breathe through his mouth now.
Oh, I thought he was just being the masked marvel out there.
He's got Fairfield red tape on here. So.
Well, I like the way Verdi's, he wrestles with a little bit of funk and flopping around and stuff like that, grabbing, reaching, rolling through.
You need to have.
Bleeding underneath.
Yeah, I think he's bleeding pretty good here, and
they got to plug it.
They've already plugged it.
It's on the outside.
So
I think
they've got to put a new plug in.
So,
and there is on the nostril itself.
Well, there is. There are rules for blood time and injury time, and you can't afford to, use it all up. You get 5 minutes blood time now. And
boy, when you get up when you're at the.
I think we're showing the other match now. Maybe not. It's done.
Another Fairfield match coming up over there.
Yeah, go to mat 3. They've got a match going over here to our right.
That's for third, and that's finished up.
Oh, that's over now, too.
Yep.
So we're just finished.
We're just waiting for this middle match.
We thought we were going to be able to show you the third place match, but that ended up.
Tape in his nose, so this could be a problem. Baird looks to be the guy getting all the shots off. He's getting in deep, but Baird just has a good style of coming back over the top. And
if that's an internal bleed, I've got perfect nose plugs in my pocket.
Well, in the old days when people could cut weight as much as they want, and when it was dry in the winter here, guys would get nosebleeds all the time for cutting weight, being dehydrated, and you come into a dry gym. But now with the, they have to target their weight and make progress, 1.5 pounds a week or whatever, and they can't weigh in at more than 2 weights above where they want to get to, or they're not allowed to go down. The weight program has changed a lot on how these guys wrestle. Well,
now they put a plug in and a pad and now tape. And
now we're using real tape. We're not using that.
I think Baird has to wrestle the rest of the match not being able to breathe.
Tim, is he listed that he was going to go into the surgical program? Is it being a surgeon in a few years?
Got to start at it right now.
Yeah. Okay, 50 seconds here
Gotta
left
give
in
him
the
credit.
second period.
Can't be easy wrestling like that.
Now we can't forget that the Butler wrestlers gotten that stall warning earlier.
And
Another
Baird's in.
great shot by Baird, but Baird just comes right over the back of him, goes to the ankles. Baird just takes him over his head, ties it up.
And as Jim Gibbons
Bird
is
is
saying,
weak.
who's got the higher hips? Because that's usually what wins it. Who keeps their hips higher?
Good.
That's a stalemate.
Advantage Baird most of these, but
Come on,
he
Coach.
hasn't been able to score out of him.
Yep.
Ooh,
That's right.
I might have let him wrestle a little
Now
bit
he
more
let
there.
him go.
Well, 21 seconds. I think, the officials, when they start to see a stall, they start counting. And even if it doesn't change, they're coming out of it. They give them so much time and might look like they're getting progress or could get progress, but they've had their chance, so to speak. 10 seconds. 1-0.
Talk about bleeding. One of the things that was a real major bleeding issue back in the day were the orthodontic wires in guys' mouths. My son used that for 2 years
Now we
as
got-
a way to get rest time because he wouldn't wear a mouthpiece. And that meant that all he had to do was hit himself in the mouth and he'd get a little bit of rest. I don't know where he got an idea like that.
Yeah.
All right, we go blood time again, but we're going the other way this time. Baird has just got a little blood, but he doesn't look like it's coming from his nose. So.
No, I think it was his hand or something. Yeah, maybe they picked.
Oh, no,
Oh,
he's
you
not allowed
can't
to
do
do that. He was all set. Once the bottom man's set,
And he went to got an itch, scratch an itch, like just lost his focus there.
are we just in the second period here?
No, top of the third.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, moved over there.
He's gonna
That thing
Baird
across
gets his
the
hands free,
that thing directly across from you, Tim.
but it said two.
Oh,
Yeah,
48.
but when they
did it?
when they hit
They did-
when they
yeah,
hit go,
okay.
then it switches to three.
Yeah.
Let's see if Baird can get another good shot. Oh, Baird is with the
That's in
shot
on
this
that
time. Baird with
ankle,
his
boy.
own funk
Out
style.
of bounds.
Yeah.
Both up.
They both know how to do that.
Yes, they do.
We're gonna show it
Solid
over.
wrestling right there.
All right, we're back live.
Cameron's dad, Chris, is over here in the corner. I only sat in the corner with one of either of my sons one time, and he blew a trip to the state tournament when I was there.
Well, maybe you blew it.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, but I was with Kevin, Greg, so
Yeah,
that was part of it.
didn't know who to listen to, right? Yep. He's got that front headlock.
Oh, he's in depth. He's under there.
Looks like they're
They'll
both
go out
trying.
of bounds with it.
Well, that could have been a throw the other way. A lot of leverage issues there. 47 seconds.
This good match
Could
for
be going overtime
Cameron
again.
Baird. These two are going at it. It isn't as
I think they're going to take it easy for about 15 seconds here. And with about 20 to go, 25 seconds to go, we'll start seeing them wrestle again.
I think this has overtime written all over it. They both take good shots, but then they both have good defense.
yeah. They got you're right.
All right, now they're going to start wrestling. Here we go.
Oh, that was a bad shot.
That was,
Yeah, he finished shot with his head
that's
down.
good.
That's what he shouldn't have
Not
done.
sure why,
Now the
why he
big
took that
trick is
shot.
to-
Oh. I think he might have finished that had they been in bounds.
Yeah. I think he would have if they'd been inbound.
Right.
I think Baird will just back out now.
Well, he better not back out. He's got a warning. There's a point.
No, he
Oh, that
hasn't
was
been
the only
warned yet.
first warning he got. That was the other guy had the warning. Yep. Ah, big match. 3-2.
I'm not sure why he took that bad shot with his head down. He's taking good shots the whole match. Great job by Baird there, having his head.
Good match by both wrestlers.
Taped up. Big match for Harrison. Takes him to 187 to 192
Now
and a
they've
half.
got at 60 and 70, they've got 2 more wrestlers to go. So
We go up to 138. Alex Epstein of Lakota East in
And-
the black uniform.
He's a junior.
Only a junior, 10-0 at this point this year.
well, he's wrestling Bartley Thomas, a 9th grader, freshman. 11-2 at 138, and on top right now. Plays football too.
Only a freshman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not bad. Start for
Freshman in the upper weights is not that common.
And this is great experience for a freshman. A big mate, you know, a lot of teams wrestlers you're not going to see all year again. So when you get to that district and state level, you're a little, as a freshman, a lot of times you get overwhelmed, especially coming out of that tunnel up at the Schottenstein. So this is not quite the same, but it still gives him a little learning experience.
So Bartley Thomas is another unseeded finalist here. He came out and beat the number 1 seed 9-6 in the second round of the day, and then pulled out a 3-2 victory in the semifinals over Matt Barge of Harrison to get here to the finals. So there's some points that Harrison left behind in the semifinals in this team race that continues to be really.
Well, you know, this is the downside of that seeding process we were discussing earlier, because you get these freshmen coming in, they can't have any criteria points because they haven't wrestled varsity.
Well,
you could have guys that you know, even though they're 10-0, doesn't matter.
Yeah, they can, because they now get credit for participation and placing in the junior high state tournament.
You almost got to be a state champion
Right,
to
yeah.
get any points. So unless there's plenty of kids that don't win the state, you know, or junior high, or just great wrestling. So, but this part of the year doesn't count for their seeding, and this is what happens. Wow!
Tried to hit him.
Gotta be an
tried to hit
escape.
him and miss.
Yeah, that's close.
And that was Elder's old coach that gave it to him, but I think she tried to hit him, and she missed like twice to try to tap him.
Right.
Here's a tough deal. Here's Coach McCoy as the backup official.
It's really a question of when when the time ran out, because he had the escape when she got tapped. I know that. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's obviously what Jason's talking about.
Yeah, she's going to talk to the
what
girl,
was
and she's going to say, look, I swung twice and missed. So I think they're going to take it away. I don't know. Because the ref that's calling the match, he knows how far ahead of time when he got tapped whether he was calling the escape. So if she says, I tried to hit you 2 different times and missed you because you were moving, I think he might take it away.
Is that what she said?
That's what I said.
Oh.
What do you say?
No, I'm saying, is she going to tell you, say that she?
Yeah, I think she will.
How much time was that, and when was it? I mean, it's very going to be, it's a nebulous thing. So, and they don't have a replay like they would here at the Big Ten. So, sounds like they took it away, left it on.
And they won't use us.
They're going to give it to him, 2-1.
After further review, the call on the mat stands.
And once again,
It's
like
not
normal,
confirmed.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
Used to that.
I was just telling you what I thought she'd say. Here we go. Second period. Oh. I hear their coaches telling him to let him go, and they almost took him to his back. So
You don't want back points?
Now he's cutting him loose right now. He's not even going to waste time. All right, so they're both up 2-2. Well, he did take him down rather quickly.
Oh, he tried to dump him.
Oh, boy.
Lost the elbow.
Oh, he's going to get rolled. Ah!
I don't know.
Oh!
Maybe not. There's a whole lot. Yeah.
Good presence. Wow. Thomas, great presence out there. You thought he had it. Epstein came back and
He thinks he's got an escape. He gave him 2 back. Yeah, so there's a lot that can happen in this match, though.
Yeah, Epstein was really aggressive here, so let's see if he shows that the rest of the match.
he wrestled that way in the semifinals.
Yeah, he really came at him.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let's see a little more of that. He can come back in this match. Thomas tried to cradle him.
Yeah.
Nice job with the hips clearance, and Thomas follows it really well, puts a leg in.
Don't want to get too high here.
Stretching him out.
He's got the wrist controlled, so that's a plus. 55 seconds. Epstein's coming to his feet. We're going to get. Now, the old way to do that is you come like that and you do a front roll and drive the top wrestler right forehead right into the mat.
Yeah. They don't let you do that.
Taking that away. They've taken that, which is a smart move to do. So interesting on the side mats, we had Harrison wrestling. Fairfield just won the match for 5th place, I guess. And trying to see the score of the Harrison match.
It's interesting. We have Elder here on the mat, and last year they won this tournament by almost 100 points. They dropped. I was talking to Mike Messminster, assistant coach there, and he was saying that they had some kids that they'd been depending on that didn't show up. And whoa!
I'm telling
That's
you.
a point.
That's pretty close.
I'm sorry, that's a point. That's a fallback.
What's that warning for?
I don't know what that.
Are they warning for?
Well,
wow.
This is kind of
dangerous?
That's what I told. Yeah.
I don't know what the warning was for.
I don't either. I don't know what it was.
Well,
it was either illegal on a penalty point or not.
He blew the whistle. He blew the whistle before the penalty point. I know that.
12 seconds left. He's got his head. He's got to get some points here. Good job there by Thomas, that freshman from Elder, stretching him back out and holding on to end the second period. 6-2.
Six to 2. 2 minutes to go. This is our 1:30-38. We have 4 more matches after this.
Oh.
Epstein's tried to throw a couple times, and every time he does, Thomas has got a leverage factor that seems to really come into play.
But it only takes one, and if they, Thomas made a smart move there. Just going to elevate that. Try Peterson there almost, huh?
Steve's got his ankle trapped. If he can get his right leg back, he'll get the 2 here.
Yep.
There he gets it, I think.
Should have that right there.
I think that is 2.
Try to stretch him out a little bit because I think that's 2. Got the ankle.
That is now.
I don't know how that's not 2. Just because he's got the one arm around the leg. Oh, he stalemated that. Well, I might have given him 2 there.
Well, there's plenty of time left, minute and 11.
They both shoot at the same time again and hit heads. Thomas catches him on his back. Great job.
You know, Thomas took a step back on that, and then shot. Shot, which, you know, it wasn't a double impact. It was step back, let the power from Epstein, let that dissipate, and then Thomas came back. Nice recovery. A heck of a move for a freshman.
I will say it's a closer match than 10-2 score.
Right. Well, 2 big 4-point moves, basically.
So
2 takedowns to the back.
Yeah.
Don't look
really
at the clock,
good looking
son.
freshman here.
Yeah.
Don't look at the clock. Everybody, both of them are turning to look at the clock.
Oh, what's that about?
No.
Unsportsmanlike, one green.
Yeah, on red. On
I
red.
didn't really
Should've.
see it though.
Yeah, it was right there before the clinch there, where they
Yeah, there was that, and then there was a punch back.
push back.
Thomas got a pretty stiff pushback. Kind of surprised.
Yeah.
Nice job. Elder freshman wins it at 138.
Wow.
Thomas. Now wrestling 145 pounds.
Like I say, that's an unseeded wrestler, guys.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Dakota East, Jackson Lee.
Back.
Number 30 from Middletown, Judah Thomas.
In case you're wondering, we're bringing you the Waycross Volunteers. We're bringing you the 2018 SWOWCA Glen Sample Holiday Classic Tournament from Harrison High School. And we're moving rather quickly into near the conclusion of this tournament because we started at 182 pounds and have been coming through this way. And so who we've got up here, guys?
Well, we got 4 more weights to go, but this will be 145. Braden Plates, a senior from Ross. He's ranked, I think he's ranked 17th in the state Division II, something like that.
So he's got Jacob Bernard from Harrison, a senior. So this is a big, big match for Harrison with Fairfield holding a 194.5 to a 189 lead. So 5.5 point lead. Bernard is a returning state qualifier. He's a senior. He was 36-11 last year. He's been wrestling. He wrestled on the Greco national team over the summer. So
well, this is big for Ross too, because they're in 4th place, trailing Elder by 2.5. So nice little tilt. You got 2 points on that roll through with that little wrist, capturing the wrist, and
a pin would help Harrison make up for the ball match, but the Fairfield kid got the pin in overtime.
I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised at that, at this match. But they've also got 2 more guys, I think, don't they? Doesn't Harrison have?
Harrison's got 1, 2.
Harrison's got 2
and
more.
Fairfield has 1.
Harrison's got.
They got one at
2
60
more,
and 70.
and Fairfield's got 1.
Yeah, but we don't know what the in the.
So this is a big match for Harrison.
You know, Chad Dennis has done a good job with this squad this year. They're well prepared and they're ready to go.
Yeah, they're solid all the way through. There's just no questioning that factor. He runs a really good program. His assistants all understand their role. He gets great support from their school administration.
Stalemate here.
And interestingly, before the finals here, Van Reed, who basically had a lot to do with starting the program here at Harrison, was inducted into the Hall of Fame, and so it'd be kind of fitting to. And who wrestled at Fairfield himself, so the 2 first and second place teams have kind of common denominator there. And the present coach of Harrison is from Fairfield.
So Harrison 4-0 at this point. Wrestling pretty confidently.
Think it's the shorts?
Yeah. He's got good mat awareness. He doesn't look like he's pressing, and just looks like he's confident and in control here. Good lift, but right to a Granby.
Well, Place every year has won over 34 matches each time, each season. So he's got 129 victories in his career already, looking at 150 possibly, potentially.
He went 1-2 in the state tournament last year. He didn't place at 138 pounds.
It's a little tougher up there. But this is a great match for a Division II team to be wrestling a lot of Division I schools.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, enhances their competition. Plates.
Well, Ross has done that just
Plates.
year after year after year. They come in here and they place. They always place up in the minimally upper half, and most of the time above that. I don't know how many trophies for winning the small school division they have in their trophy case.
Great shot. Deep. Keep the ankle, get his two. That was a really good shot. 7-0. Now we start looking at extra team points here for Harrison. Seconds left, he kicks him 7-1.
It's only second period though.
Yep.
So this seems a little stronger to me. He's in there, he's under the ankle there. He needs to lift that. He's got it up. He's got that whizzer tied to his ankle, locked in. No points. Coach Dunn stayed both up. Didn't want to take down, try and get a point. Knows he's got to be more aggressive on his feet. This is Place I'm talking about, Braden Place.
Bernhardt's got to get back to the mat a little quicker. He could get hit with stalling. Pretty not much nonchalance it back and forth, so.
Yeah. Ross on top, head forcing that head, got that front headlock in.
Got to stretch that out a little bit more. He's doing a nice job of straightening the elbow on this side.
He's just got to get his right elbow free. When the Harrison wrestler controls his right elbow, there's not a lot you can do. You got to have that elbow high. Arms are free now, back to their feet. There it is.
And a warning stalling, backing off. Well, Ross can't afford to do something foolish.
Good deep shot again. He gets his two. Yep, there's his two. Make it 9-1, so he's got his 8-point victory. He's got to ride him for a minute, or he's got to cut him and take him down again.
Well, I think he can ride him out, actually. 2-on-1 on that wrist, on the left wrist of the Ross wrestler.
I think I'd cut him. He's already been warned for stalling.
Yep. "30 seconds here.
Just doesn't want to give up a point here. He's got to come up from there.
Now he's going to get called for stalling here.
Now the Ross wrestler kind of helped him out by stepping over. Gives him one. See, now he's stuck with only 12 seconds left.
Yeah.
I think I'd have cut him earlier.
The Ross wrestler needs the luck, but see, he might try something crazy. Like a throw.
It's going to cost him a team point.
Well, there's a takedown.
Half a point anyway.
Yeah, 9-4. Well, Ross wrestler didn't stop, but the Harrison wrestler won the match. That's still important. You got to win the match first. A little extra points up.
You know what's really kind of, no, it's not. true. No, I won't say it. I thought for a while it looked like all of the guys coming out of the number 1 seed had won, but that's not true.
All right, it
had
takes
one.
it 194.5 to 193, guys.
Well, this
It's
is
a really
gonna,
tight match.
This is going to be a big match right here. Amari Thomas, who another one of Fairfield's top wrestlers here, ranked. He should have been seated first or second. I think. He's a freestyle wrestler. He's wrestled 3 years, finished second, third, and fourth.
Okay, we're over here. We've got a blood
some time
situation for third. Middletown and Moeller. Judah Thomas of Middletown and Kurt Thompson, a freshman from Moeller. That's the skinniest. That's one of the skinniest kids here.
Got to figure his brother was the state champ last year.
Yeah, I was going
right?
to say he's got
built like him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got to put some pounds on. He'll be that 190 pounder again. Yeah, or 70.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got blood on his leg, I guess. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of a break here. What's the score, Tim?
5-3 Middletown.
How much time left?
1:16 left in the third. We've still got some mat to clean up too.
Here we go. Minute.
It's interesting to watch the interaction between referees and coaches here. You have Jason Laughlin, from head coach at Fairfield, talking with Terry Schinkel, who is one of the dominant forces in what used to be Division 3, and they've been having they're telling stories out there. One of the things about a wrestling tournament, there's plenty of time to hear stories, and wrestling coaches have got stories that go on forever. They need them.
38 seconds left. Middletown still up 5-3.
Just trying to look ahead here at 152.
It's Elder versus Fairfield.
Fairfield's got one in the finals. But then at 160 and 170, Harrison's in the finals of both of those matches. And
Right.
Fairfield doesn't have anybody wrestling for third, fourth, fifth, or sixth.
It'll come down if I think it comes down to if Harrison wins the last two, they win the tournament. Either Shirley and well, I think
So Harrison at 152 is going to have somebody wrestling for third and fourth. So yeah, Harrison, I think
it's kind of in the driver's seat if they
two
take care
finalists
of
in the third, fourth match.
Well, it's up to them.
Fairfield's only one guy left in the finals, so
They control their own destiny. If they win, they.
This is a big match for Fairfield to win this one and separate them a little bit. And then Harrison's going to really have to come back and have a couple wins. So pretty exciting finish here.
Yeah, well, that's in keeping with last year. The Harrison was in second place by 2 points over Fairfield last year's tournament.
Wow.
I think if Harrison wins both matches, they win.
I think this one has a lot to do with it too, though.
Now they're only a point and a half ahead, so even if he gets 4, it's only 5.5, and Elder will get 8, or Harrison would get 8.
Yeah.
So, and this match that Harrison's wrestling, nice ball, nice takedown, Thomas. He knows he's got to win it. Period.
We have on the mat over here at 152 pounds, one of the Waycross kids. Actually, the only one we have on
Let's
the
look for
tournament
third.
now. Eric Fomacon of Winton Woods, a senior. He's wrestling Hunter Cheney of Harrison, who was in the discussion we were just having about Harrison's opportunity to win the tournament. I'll kind of keep an eye on what's going on over on that mat while you guys concentrate on the championship bout.
All right. Well, Thomas is in there tight to head. He's trying to throw him by, turn that head to the left and force that elbow through and then reach down to the leg, get a little shuck there. Now he's going on the opposite side. He's forcing the head. got the underhook.
Thomas came out quick at the first takedown
Yeah.
right off the bat, but then slowed down a little bit.
Well, he's getting his wrist control. He's not the other way around. He's,
Eric Fomacong over on the third place mat is making every effort to, I think, intimidate Hunter Cheney of Harrison. I don't know how much that works out here.
Yeah, that's another big match over there with Harrison for for third
10
place.
seconds.
Yeah,
So
we're going into the second period on the third period match.
third place.
Nothing
Yeah.
at this point, and basically Fomacong gave Cheney an escape, so Harrison is up by 1.
Okay, the match you're watching here, Thomas wins the toss. He takes down 2-1.
Thomas up to his feet, gets the 1 right off the whistle.
He's
Deep
pretty.
on
Thomas
the
is
edge,
pretty.
and
He's
Thomas
pretty
is
explosive, Tim. You know,
Very explosive.
yeah. And
Take a
5-1.
5-1 lead here.
I've watched him wrestle for 3 years. And he likes to wrestle freestyle. Summer.
He's solid.
He is.
Five to 1. Minute 24.
We're going to get a caution on red. The way he lined up, I didn't really see what he did.
I think he flinched. Is what they kind of.
Lammers with the escape, 5-2.
Yeah, he should get off that tie off. He was much better away from it. Thomas, I mean, from Fairfield. Lammers is staying tight, head to head, blocking off.
In the battle for third, Fomacong of Winton Woods still trails 1-0 to Harrison's Hunter Cheney.
.37 seconds. Okay, Fairfield's got to pick it up a little bit. This is where he should be. Shouldn't be locking up on the headline. There you go.
Great shot again.
Got the double.
Get 2
Yep.
more.
See, can't hit that double with a tie up like that. So got to check it, break it off, and then come back with it. 7-2. 6 seconds here. Okay. 7-2. Elder will take down Lammers. Common name in Elder Wrestling. I think should cut him loose right now. Yep, that's what he's doing. Both up. 7-3. So Elder wants to tie up. Fairfield shouldn't.
Ooh, there it is. Almost got hit in the head and arm there.
Yeah,
But fought it off well.
Just-
Had good position.
Well, they weren't close. You know, they were
Right.
they were far off. If he'd have been in tight, I think he'd have hit that. 9-4. Yeah. Now he's on and off, on and off. Much better movement. And you don't want to tie up because Lammers is going to need a throw here. So force the head down. Thomas has got the head. Had Lammers' head on the mat. Lammers coming up like he should.
Hammer's going for it again.
Yep.
Eric Fomacong now is in a 4-2 match on the short end of that score in the third period with 1:35 left. Just went to their feet.
.40 left here in this match. Jamari Thomas leads 9-4.
He needs really 2 takedowns for the extra point.
Or a touchdown. And now he's probably content to stay right there. I don't think he's going to.
Yeah, take no risk now.
No, you don't. Potential. Just double arm bar right there. Step in. Don't do that. He just coaches. No.
We don't need a 5-pointer right now.
You don't need to walk into anything.
That'll do it. Good win. Amari Thomas, 9-4, Coaches Classic champion.
That jumps Fairfield up to about a 5.5-point lead. So,
but Harrison is winning over here in the third place match.
I think we'll get
6-2 over Eric Fomacong.
So they'll get 2 or 3 points. It's going to come down to this right now here.
Yes.
Yeah.
40 seconds left in Winton Woods versus Harrison. So score is 6-2. Winton Woods is trailing.
Fomacong has been in several times on shots, but Cheney is very adept at countering and has taken advantage of it. And Fomacong doesn't come off the mat well. Cheney's controlling situation pretty solidly right now.
Well,
that's the end of that match, and Hunter Cheney of Harrison picks up a 6-2 win over Eric Fomacong, a Winton Woods Warrior, and one of the Waycross kids. This is a volunteer-run organization that tries to bring you as much wrestling as we can possibly get on the telly. And if you'd like to be a volunteer to participate, to pull cable, to run cameras, to learn the inner workings of television, 825-2429. Give them a call today and tell them you watched wrestling on TV.
Well, Tim, this I think is the match that's going to determine the championship right here. Harrison trails by 3.5 points at this moment.
Yeah, they've got a tough match right here. We got Walker Hurd from Marysville. He's already a 2-time state placer.
Right, and he's his opponent from Harrison, Britt McIntosh, is a junior, 10-0. Finished second in this tournament twice, so he's been in the finals before. I remember his match last year. So they've got to win this match. Their next, Harrison can win this whole tournament, but they've got to earn it. They've got the next weight. Well, and at the next weight, Shirley's got the 6th place finish from Centerville. So they're both going to have, but that's how you got to win it. Got the best against the best. Okay, 57 seconds, no points.
Marysville Hurd comes in right now at 13-2. He was 7th in the state as a sophomore and 5th last year as a junior. So.
Remember, we had Marysville a few years ago. Romani came in here,
yeah.
and, Terry Romani down at North Carolina State. Huh?
He's still wrestling, isn't he?
Yeah.
I remember McIntosh last year, though.
Yeah.
He was in the finals last year, so I kind of remember that match.
Yeah. At this weight.
Marysville.
Kind of a loosey-goosey kind of kid, just he went 22-2. I don't know if he got hurt or what.
Marysville's up in the Central District, and it's one of the kind of new explosion cities in the state. This came in with the development of Honda plant there and a lot of things. They went from being a crossroads to being a significant city in that part of Ohio.
We're going to be scoreless after one. Marysville will have the choice of he'll go to the bottom position. Walker Hurd's coming up from 145 last year in this tournament, when he was the tournament champion.
Caution. McIntosh
Flinched.
got a little quick. Got a little movement on the elbow there.
Good job by McIntosh to catch the arm.
Hey,
The
thanks,
first
Joe.
move.
We're gonna get Joe in here. Greg, can you keep up with the match? And I'm gonna put
We'll
Joe
try.
Capolongo on here. We gotta cover the stuff for SWOWCA. Joining us here, Matt Side, is the tournament director and also the president of Southwest Ohio Wrestling Coaches Association, Joe Capolongo. Joe, you got a pretty great tournament going here again, but it looks a little different to me. What kind of changes have come about over the last few years?
Well, obviously, there's a lot of new faces. Not just the head coaches and the wrestlers too, but officials too, which is good. One of the changes we made for this year is we did allow for individual entry in some weight classes. That worked out really well. In fact, wrestling right now for 5th place on that number 5 is one of our individual entries. That'd be Seth Henderson from Miami Valley. We also had one from East Clinton, and we actually had one from Seven Hills too. And then you know what, for the fan factor, one of the other changes we made is we don't start traditionally at the 106-pound weight class. We take a look and see what kind of premier matches we can showcase toward the end. And between the 160 and 170-pound weight classes, it was kind of a no-brainer, which is why we started at 182.
When you go to put together this many wrestlers, it requires an awful lot of cooperation from a lot of
Now, there's
people
your
I know.
escape. 1 point for Marysville.
Now this is we're keeping real close tabs on the team race here, and this match is really critical from Harrison's standpoint.
Which is why Joe's got it set up like this.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I'm not gonna lie, that's exactly what we looked at too. Fairfield's all done for the night. They got no more wrestlers.
Right.
McIntosh is gonna be looked at. I mean, they got 2 cracks at it. They really need to get this W right here.
They need this one because Shirley's got the kid from Centerville who's the 6th place. Both of these are tough matches. If they're going to earn it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, both Harrison guys are going against state placers here. This is actually a rematch of last year's final, which, if you guys remember, was a last-second reversal. Walker got it on Brett, because I'll tell you what, Brett on top is nasty. So the fact that Walker's got his 1-point lead right now is huge.
I know you're not coaching now officially, or being a head coach now. You were the head coach at Oak Hills, and I know you've gone off into the world of higher education.
Yes.
And moving on up in the world. How are you finding that the involvement that you had as a head coach versus your involvement with the sport today? How's it fit into your life? Is it working out for you?
Oh yeah, definitely. Want to keep in touch with the sport. Love all the people that are around it. So the fact that I get to do what I do for this tournament, constant contact with the coaches and the wrestlers. We've been doing a lot of mat side interviews when these guys get off. Whoever comes off the mat champion this one, I'll pull them aside, I'll do a quick interview. So the role I have right now is unbelievable. Obviously love coaching, but I really do kind of like this one too. A little stressful. But right here, I mean, obviously Walker's going to be tough on top right here. McIntosh got to find some hand control. He's got to really attack that lower hand. A lot of guys want to go up high with the neck. He's got to attack that hand right there in the crotch area. He's got to attack that hand right there.
Well, the way they've been doing stalling now, I think he's going to end up letting him go here pretty shortly.
Yeah, it's always a good debate right there in terms of philosophies. And there it is. And, you know, that's unfortunate, I'll be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of it. I think we got to give a little more consideration for top wrestling. It's part of the game.
Right.
As you look at the sport around this area, what do you see its vitality, its general health being?
Yeah. Southwest getting better and better, guys. We said it last year with that lot of good freshmen. Now those guys are still young. They're still sophomores. And now you got even more freshmen. Bartley Thomas is a good example of that from Elder. Freshman champ at SWOWCA. You know, and even, you know, can't discredit Northern Kentucky. That Cole Thomas at 106 that kid's a stud. He's a state runner, state third place last year as an 8th grader.
Right.
And he's #1 ranked wrestler in Kentucky right now. So
how's that, let's take that thing a bit further. We've got more Kentucky, I think more Kentucky teams here this year than we've had in the past.
There's a big one right there. That's a
Yeah,
good
boy.
pick right there. That's a good look.
Oh, boy.
Well, that's 3. He let him go because of the stall, and then just wasn't ready.
Now, Walker's got a great opportunity right here. If he can get the 2, then look for him to cut.
Yep.
Is the same thing true?
That's a headlock right there.
Yep.
He should have it. He should have a headlock right there. I think he just mixed up his hands
He
on that
did it
one.
backwards. He
Yeah.
did it the other way.
Yeah. And here's the thing right here. Here's an argument you can probably make right here. You do have a headlock, which is a point. And then you could, if you really want to make that argument, and Chad might do that, if he's going to give the unsportsmanlike, you might actually get 2 penalty points out of this one.
Yeah. So is it 5-1 or 5-2?
Yeah,
Should be
I've
5-1,
lost track
yeah.
of the scoring right now.
Yeah.
There, 5-1. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Scores 5-1. Should be both.
Well, it seems like the system has run smoothly. I don't know whether you have a way of answering the question, how's the attendance been, but because it's hard to tell in tournaments, and especially here, I think it's hard to judge the crowd size here.
Yeah, and I think that's a testament to how nice of a facility, how big we got it to at Harrison. I can tell you just on first glance, it's about the same as what we had last year. You know, there's actually a lot of people behind us too.
Right, you got both
they're
sides
stacked
of
up.
it.
They're stacked
That's
up
where-
pretty good,
yeah,
so
right.
we don't quite got the view there. But tennis is good. That's why we're trying to do everything we can to get more people here.
I don't see as many cameras in the balcony as that's kind of, everybody used
No.
to be filming
Yeah.
upstairs.
No.
Now it's kind of
But
limited.
I'll tell you what, our day 1 attendance was through the roof. It was pretty much capacity. So you got to
there.
look.
That turned the table.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to have you hold your question because I'm going
You
to
go ahead,
double
I'll
duty.
get
I'm going
you
to make
back.
an announcement,
Yep.
Susan. Give
Go ahead.
McIntosh some love, and I'll jump right back on.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I think the tournament's over
We'll
here,
get you
too.
back. Come back. He's coming back too, Tim. I don't want you to feel left out, though. Joe's coming back in a minute. He's got to do announcing.
He's still allowed to talk, though.
No,
Tim's still allowed
Tim.
to talk.
No, we don't want Tim to talk.
All right,
Yes,
well,
we do,
that's the
Tim.
end of the match.
Here, Tim, talk. End of the
Great
match.
wasn't it?
Okay, get a little nasty there.
That's how it ended last year too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was how this ended last year.
Now wrestling at 170 pounds for our last matches of the night. For 5th place from Ohio.
All right, well, I think that puts Harrison ahead, 199 to 198 and a half.
That should do it.
It does it. I'll tell you what, I think that stall call really affected the complexion of the match there.
But
Originally.
Walker Hurt had both feet off the mat at that point in time. I don't know how you could have called that trying to return him to the mat. You know, so I probably
No, the one that when they pushed him out of bounds, I don't think that was a push out.
no, but I heard we had both feet off the mat trying to chop onto the back of his legs and take him back to the mat. So regardless, though,
Walker
that
was on top. You're thinking of different one.
he was on top, and he got called for stalling twice in the same series. And when he was on top going out of bounds, he had both his legs behind his knees trying to chop him down, and they still called him for stalling.
You thought that was a good call?
No, I didn't.
Oh, then we're not arguing.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
I didn't think it was a good
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know what you guys are talking about now.
I thought that stall should, if they don't call that, it changes the complexion.
Exactly, I agree 100%.
Write that down, Dave. Tim and I agreed. We just didn't know it.
That's often the case, I think, guys.
All right, 2-1 here.
Shirley, who we got here? Who's wrestling?
Yes, let's set it up. We got Simon Shirley from Harrison. He's a senior, 10-0, qualified for state last year.
From Centerville, we have Drew Weichers. What do we got on him?
Weicher.
Sixth place finisher last year at the state tournament. So
Yeah,
he's
Weicher.
third in the district. Coming in 10-0, he's 38-6 last year. He's been on the Ohio Freestyle National Team, 3.0.
Right. Weichers is pretty good. Being coached by Craig Kerr, former Purdue wrestler. Just mention
Purdue has wrestled?
Purdue? They
Yeah. If
still
you want
have
to,
it?
if you want to look in the top 15 in the country, you'll probably find their name if you haven't been there.
As
I don't have to look. They'll just tell me.
that's coming from the guy, you know, Greg was honorary captain last year and got to sit on the bench. No,
There's
that's
a lot
as
more to
close
do
as you
with-
ever. That's as close as you ever got to the mat.
Doesn't that have a lot more to do with donations more than your
I
wrestling?
suspect that does. It's a money thing. Yeah.
Also, after a lot of years, they forget how bad you were or how good you were.
It's a good match right here. Shirley gave up the first takedown quick, but got
Yeah.
the escape.
He looks a little smaller to me than the Centerville wrestler, doesn't he?
Well,
Shirley?
McIntosh at 52 and Shirley at 60. Maybe they both could be the same weight, and they have to battle out for the lower weight. But you're right, he does look a little smaller.
Centerville had a freshman heavyweight that was supposed to be really, really good. Got hurt in football. It was ranked in the top 4 in the state as a freshman.
Already? Was a freshman?
Yeah, and then he got hurt in preseason and got hurt, so. It would be nice for Harrison to finish this off with another win.
A half a point finish if they don't score anymore. That's a great tournament.
All right, cuts him loose, 2-2, so 30 seconds. It's so different than college because there's no riding time. Cutting them loose doesn't really, you know.
It is such a different, the college rule change now to watch a high school match.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy how I love the college rules now.
Well, you get 4 points on the near fall thing. And
Right.
But you wrestle till you're completely out of bounds. There's no, and I understand the high school with the mat sizes. I don't think you can make that work in high school, but it makes college wrestling so much more fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
There's no interpretation, in or out. Should I call it? Should I stop it? I love it.
All right, we've got 50 seconds left. Simon Shirley.
Hanging right in there with a returning state placer.
$20 seconds. Somebody's got to do something here. Now, Weichers is in the good position because if he gets an escape, he'll be taken down the next period. So
Did Weichers place? Was he
Sixth.
qualified for the state last year?
finished
Sixth in
sixth.
the state.
Yeah.
3 seconds. There you go. That's the end of the second period.
One of the things that Joe was talking about that I just glanced over at another mat and thought of is that there are schools that have brought kids here that haven't participated before. And usually these are smaller Division II schools and some Division III schools. They come here and they don't want to bring a whole team because they don't have full teams,
Right.
but they have maybe one kid that's pretty tough, and they bring him here. And I look over here, Indian Hill is in that situation, and I can't see what the result was. John Mark Williams of Indian Hill just won his third place match with a pin, and he took 7th in the state last year. and has been motivated to, get better. By coming here, he knows that it will help him get better. He lost in the semis, but in a close match. So
I think last year, didn't Danny Hale have a finalist, right?
Yeah.
From Goshen.
Yeah.
So.
All right, well, a minute to go here in the match, the final match of the night. Centerville Wikers leading 3-2. So Shirley from Harrison's got to do something.
Little pressure off of him, though, right? So he doesn't have to win the match to win the tournament.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
He wrestled for himself out
Boy, this
there.
place would be crazy if it was down to that. McIntosh did help him there. So, but you're still there to win. You know, at this point, it's all about yourself. Just,
So
30,
hats off
30.
to McIntosh, though, beating a two-time state placer to win the tournament for his team.
All right, 20 seconds.
Could have taken him down to the mat, kept it
Yeah.
in the inside.
He's still in 20 seconds. Wikers control the wrist. It's kind of hard for Shirley to do anything from that spot.
Yeah, they've ended up the second period. They ended up here, so.
Yeah, well, 10 seconds, and he doesn't have a stalling call. I think he's going to stay right here. Yep,
Yeah,
lock
right,
on that
pretty
wrist.
happy right here.
Yep.
Ooh, he got his head down there, though. It was a little bit of a
Shirley was.
mistake.
All right, that's the match. But good finish. We're going to be back next year, or we'll be here seeing you at a couple other meets earlier in the year. But that's the end tonight from Harrison here tonight. Dave, take it
but
away.
We've got I'd just like to toss a couple more words out here for you. If you're interested in volunteering with Waycross Media, give a call, 825-2429. If you're looking to see when you can see this program again, check out www.waycross.tv. And look for us on YouTube. For Greg Klein and Tim Cunningham, I'm Dave Bean. See you on Around the Mat sometime in the near future. So long now.